1 week from tonight, we're expecting a large crowd at the state capitol because of a Denver 7 investigation into sexual harassment allegations against Denver Mayor Michael Hancock.
A rally called the Time's Up Hancock rally is gaining some traction right now on social media. Meantime, the mayor's office is in damage control. Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Ann Trujillo.
And I'm Shannon Ogden. And hours after our report, Denver's Director of Public Works announced a new citywide sexual harassment training. And late this afternoon, Denver City Council President Albus Brooks said the City Council has, quote, no legal authority to take any action.
And in a letter to city leaders today, Mayor Hancock himself praised Detective Leslie Branch Wise for her courage in coming forward.
In your mind, are you sure you were sexually harassed by the mayor?
I'm positively sure I was sexually harassed by the mayor.
Now, so many of you have reacted to this story on social media. For example, Mike asks why the leader of the city gets a pass. Mark wonders what Ms. Hancock has to say about all this. And Chief Investigator Tony Kowaleski is with us just 24 hours after breaking this story.
Busy day for you, busy day for elected officials at City Hall.
You know, Shannon, a lot going on today, but there's a question that remains. Did the mayor go far enough here? Yes, he's apologized. Yes, he has said his actions were inappropriate, but he refuses to admit he sexually harassed Detective Leslie Branch Wise. Tonight, we ask you to consider the facts.
I do not believe that my interaction with her was sexual harassment. We were friends. I blurred the lines, and that's why I'm apologizing today.
A qualified apology from the city of Denver's most powerful politician.
Is there any doubt in your mind that you were sexually harassed by Mayor Michael Hancock?
No, not at all.
And Detective Leslie Branch Wise has a different opinion after spending 10 months protecting the mayor as a member of his security detail, and proof in several text messages she saved for nearly 6 years.
Take me to the moment when you read that text.
Oh, I was just in shock.
In shock after reading this text message from Mayor Hancock.
Okay, so I just watched this story on women taking pole dancing classes. Have you ever taken one? Why do women take the course? If not, have you ever considered taking one, and why? Your thoughts. And then I don't answer. Then he says, be careful, I'm curious. LOL.
Detective Branch Wise showed us several other questionable texts from the mayor, including this one from February of 2012. Loved the short do. You made it hard on a brother to keep it correct every day.
What did that text say to you, Leslie?
Kind of that he didn't respect me as an employee.
That lack of respect led Detective Branch Wise to get out. She wanted off the mayor's security detail, saying a culture of harassment led by the mayor's longtime friend and aide was overwhelming. Now, nearly 6 years later, she's come forward saying the mayor also deserves part of the blame.
What is the truth?
The truth is, I was not only sexually harassed by the mayor's best friend and aide, but I was also sexually harassed by the mayor.
6 years ago, when Detective Branch Wise called me to share with me that a staff member was sexually harassing her, I listened. You know, we acted swiftly, and within a matter of days, that staff member was fired. I never heard that anything that I did or said to her at that time was offensive or hurtful to her. I wish I had known. But the reality is that today, now that I know, after learning about it last week, you know, I believe in accepting responsibility and apologizing.
I've heard you apologize multiple times, but I think you've drawn a line in the sand and said you didn't sexually harass her. Is that what you're saying?
I am saying I did not sexually harass her. My text exchanges with her blurred the line between being a friend and a boss.
The mayor says blurry, but the city's own sexual harassment policy appears quite clear, saying examples of inappropriate activities include unwelcome sex-oriented verbal kidding and unwelcome teasing or jokes.
By all indications, Mr. Mayor, it meets the guidelines of employment sexual harassment. Are you saying you disagree?
I'm saying I'm not here to characterize the exchanges.
Is that acceptable from a mayor?
She's a lawyer and an expert on sexual harassment at the University of Colorado.
In my view, it's unprofessional and not how the mayor should be treating his subordinates.
Denver 7 Investigates asked Jennifer Hendricks to watch portions of the interview with Detective Branch Wise.
Who would send me inappropriate text?
She's describing common dynamics, common ways that sexual harassment does occur.
She also reviewed the text messages before sharing her professional opinion.
It's the kind of thing that I could see a court finding to be a violation.
When this becomes public, should Mayor Hancock resign?
I'm not doing this because I want him to resign. Should he resign? I just don't think he should treat people this way.
Are you concerned some may watch this report, this interview, and call for your resignation?
I don't want to politicize this, Tony. I'm here to apologize. We'll deal with the politics of this.
So here's what we're hearing on social media. Many of you have asked if Detective Branch Wise told the mayor to stop or perhaps somehow contributed to the salacious texts and the inappropriate culture. Experts in sexual harassment tell us no matter what she did, the mayor's comments and texts crossed the line. Now, they also tell us it's never appropriate or acceptable for a person in power to treat an employee like the mayor treated the Detective Branch Wise here. And that's the key issue. Whether she said no or not, whether she contributed or not, it was the mayor's responsibility to say, this isn't right.
Tony Kowalski.
Wow. All right, Tony, thank you. By the way, if you have a tip for Denver 7 Investigates, you can always call our tip line, 303-832-TIPS. You can also send us a message on social media.